Hello, good afternoon everyone. I'm Sanjana, DT mentor from second year cohort. So last video would have seen what are the skills an engineering student should acquire to get into any of the job. So taking one point from that particular video which we saw, the most important thing was internship. So let's get deep dive into the topic internships, when an internship should be started, where it should be started, and how it should be started, and questions like that. Okay, so today we talk about a topic that every engineering student should start thinking at early in college, and that is preparing for internship and placements. So many students believe internship preparation starts at the final year, but in reality the students who prepare early are usually the ones who feel more confident and perform better during placements. In this session, we'll discuss why internship matters, what companies expect from the students, and how one can prepare step by step during an engineering journey. So, why internship matters? Let's first understand what are these internships and why is it so much important. So, as we already saw in the last video, not just an academic excellence or not just in marks is playing a major important role. Instead, every students are supposed to have an internships or hackathons. So the internship is very much important because it gives you an opportunity to experience how companies actually work. That is a real life experience. So it helps you to connect with the concepts you learn in the classroom, the real world applications. Okay, so during an internship you also understand the workplace culture, how the team works together, and how the communication happens in a professional environment. So that's the big difference. So most importantly, internships help build confidence because you get to work on the actual projects instead of only studying with theory. So you'll be there at the place to learn what an internship really means. So even a short internship can teach you lots of lessons that even the textbooks cannot. So why start placement internship preparations much early? Many students wait until the final year to begin preparing for placements. Unfortunately, that often creates an unnecessary pressure. So every year, thousands of engineering graduates, they compete for good jobs. So preparing early, it actually gives you a significant advantage. So when you improve your technical knowledge, a communication skill, a practical experience, gradually over several semesters, learning becomes much easier. Okay, so instead of feeling stressed at the very last minute of your final year preparation, it is always important to make yourself confident for if you prepare consistently right from the year 2. Okay, so remember, career preparation is not in 1 month activity, and it is a journey that has to start much earlier, which is right from your second year onwards. Okay, so what are the skills the companies are expecting? So now let's look at what companies actually expect from an engineering students in terms of the internship and placements. Of course, they expect good technical knowledge and a clear understanding of their core subjects, which we already saw in the last video. So but that's not all. That is not every part of it. They also look for problem solving skills, because engineers are expected to find the practical solutions to the real challenges, which is one main point we saw in the last video. And communication is again equally important. You should be able to explain your ideas clearly with your teammates and by presenting your works. And companies, they also value professionalism, which is a very important word, which includes the punctuality, the responsibility, the positive attitude, the way you dress, the way you communicate, the way you respect your boss. So all these matters. So finally, the teamwork and adaptability are essential, because the workplace involves working with different people with different ideas and different opinions. Okay, and building a strong resume. Yes, a resume is the one which gives the first impression to the interviewee. So it should be as simple, it should be very professional, and it should be easy to read and understand. So you can include your personal details, a career objective, technical skills and soft skills that are relevant to the role. Everything is important, it has to be relevant to the role. And you can mention your academic projects that you went through all your 4 years, along with your contribution and the technologies you learned and used all these days. If you have completed the certifications and internships, include all those as well, because that show your willingness to learn beyond your classroom and the interest towards learning new technologies. And remember, a good resume always tells you a story in a clear and a very professional way. The next comes the project and the certifications. Yes, projects and certifications play a major role in strengthening your profile. A project shows that you can apply classroom knowledge to solve the practical problems. Certification from a trusted learning platforms that demonstrate that you are interested in continuous learning. Okay, so these experiences also make your interviews easier because you have real examples to discuss with your interviewee, and not only talking about the theory and the technical skills. Okay, and as a second year student, being a cohort mentor to that particular second year student, you have to try to complete at least 2 or 3 meaningful projects and internships before entering into your third year. Okay, and communication and interview preparation also come in your second year itself, because technical skills alone is not going to help you to express your ideas clearly. So start improving your communication by speaking confidently, attending a lot of GDs and maintaining good body language, creating lots of presentations whenever you have time and possible, and prepare a short self-introduction that explains who you are, what you are, your strength, your weakness, your interest, and your career goals. And you should also practice group discussions, as I told earlier, because companies often observe how well candidates communicate and work with each other and their teammates. Okay, so before attending any interview, spend some time learning about the company and practically practicing a common asked questions. Okay, and let's put a point in what are the common mistakes usually a student do is students avoid. I would say the first mistake is depending only on the academic marks. Good grades are valuable, but recruiters are looking for practical skills, as we discussed right from the beginning, right from the video one. So practical skills, problem solving skills, bringing the solution for any problem is very, very important. And the second most important mistake we do is in delaying the preparation for the interviews, waiting until your final year, which is a major mistake. And another common mistake is again a communication skills. Please try to build up right from your first year itself. So many students avoid networking or participating in activities outside the classroom. So these experience also matters, because you need to create your own opportunity in getting along with many interviews and all that. So this semester you have to focus on learning one technical skill and completing one certifications, and try to work on 1 or 2 internships which will be useful for your upcoming job offers. Okay, so by the time you enter your third year, you should have a strong resume, you should have a practical project experience, and hopefully an internship. Okay, let's check out how we can create a networking in our next upcoming video. Thank you.